Okay, everybody, so it is Friday. Let's turn this radio off. It's Friday. It is 4 o'clock. I'm getting out of the office a few minutes early today. Usually get out at 4:30. But yeah, so weekend and can't wait. It is bitterly cold out there. Gonna let the car warm up just a little bit here. But yeah, I gotta go get a water. We don't drink the tap water, so I'm gonna do that on the way home. And then we're gonna get Subway for dinner this evening. So yeah, just exciting times. Friday afternoon, out of here, out of the office, and I get to go walk Archie tomorrow again, get in some good running over the weekend, even though it's going to be cold. So I guess the weekend vlog starts here. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, yesterday I said, yeah, it's Friday, and then forgot to do anything else. That's okay. All I did was, come home. We had some Subway for dinner and just kind of chilled. We were finishing up one of the shows that we'd been watching previously, so just finishing up that. Now, waking up this morning, gonna have a quick little breakfast and then hit the track with some friends and run somewhere around 8 to 10K. So I'm just having a super simple breakfast. It's just some rolled oats. Just put a little bit of water in there. Just gonna add a little bit of brown sugar. And honestly, that's enough for me just to get a little something in the system. And of course, coffee, because coffee is also the lifeblood. Morning. Okay, so all done the run. Did 5K at the track, didn't bother filming anything because it's just kind of awkward and weird anyway. Was running with a group of friends and just a 200 meter track, so it's really not much to show anyway other than us just going in circles. So yeah, did 5K. The calf today, I've got like this little knot in the back of my calf down near the bottom. I think it's related to the Achilles and ankle type thing, but it feels to me like it's the last little bit of that energy, like that injury, just sort of like dissipating, if that makes any sense. So I've just been rolling it and, stretching it out well, and it feels pretty good. So anyway, that's done. We're gonna eat some breakfast now. I just had some oats and coffee before I left. And yeah, we're gonna have some of those potatoes, that nice hearty fried potato breakfast, which may not be the healthiest, but whatever, it's super good. So we're gonna have that and chill for a bit before I go and walk Archie in about an hour and a half. And look how cute Marley is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like just burrowed. Hi. Hello. So precious. It wouldn't be fair to just show Marley and not Dylan, so I've been reminded. Oh, big yawn. Hi. Look at this beauty. She sleeps with her toy. Propped up on this little white blanket. You get a nice little bed of soft there, don't you?
She looks so sleepy.
Yeah. Oh. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Huh? You're so cute. What a superstar. Okay, folks, so it is definitely winter. Nice out though. Archie's loving this snow. Aren't you, bud? Huh? Come on now, stay on track. Come on. But yeah, just a beautiful day. It is about -20 wind chill right now. But honestly, super enjoyable. I'm bundled up really nicely, so it's worth it. All right, onward. And I know I look good bundled up like this with my shades on. But honestly, you need it. Otherwise, you're going to go snowblind. Because that sun's out, reflecting pretty bright. So do what you got to do. Go back. All right, so I'm back at the apartment now, and you know, something Jamie and I were just talking about, which it just doesn't even make sense to me. So they're calling for like 10, 15 centimeters of snow tomorrow, which is like 4, 6 inches of snow or something. We're in Canada, okay? We're in Nova Scotia, Canada. We get snow every year. We get lots of snow. I mean, this is what it is. It's winter time. But the grocery stores are just nuts. Like every time they're calling for a little bit of snow, everybody comes out and buys like $700 worth of groceries. I don't understand what they do with them. Like you can't use that much food between snowfalls. So we were just kind of joking around, like, I wonder what they do if they just like throw it out because they realize they're safe and it's not the end of the world, and then they go restock up again the next snowmageddon. But it's ridiculous. Anyway. It was just kind of funny. I just needed to go in for 2 things, and it took way longer than it should have because just people backed up the aisles waiting to check out. It's like, I don't get it. Anyway. Okay, home now for the day. I had forgotten my stainless steel water bottle over at the track this morning, so I had to run back over and grab that and pick up those 2 items. We're just going to settle in for the evening probably. Well, it's only 2 p.m. now. I'm going to play around on my laptop a little bit. Gotta say, the downloads are going really, really well on this laptop. So my old laptop had like 4 gigs of RAM, and it did have a bigger hard drive, but you know, processor was way less powerful than this one, less RAM. You know, so I'd be lucky if I was downloading at like 5, 6, 7 megabytes per second. And now, like, some of these downloads I'm doing now are like peaking at 10, 12, 14 megabytes per second. Like, it's moving. So it's cool. It's good to see. Yeah, so I think that's it. Just gonna chill here for a bit and keep rolling out my calf. It is still a little bit sore, and like I said, it's just kind of like a knot in there. I just need to work it out. I don't think it's anything that's like in danger of getting worse as long as I take it easy, which I'm doing. I'm not doing any hard intervals. I'm not doing any like hard workouts or anything. I'm staying active. I'll keep rolling it, keep massaging it, and I think it's going to be fine. But definitely keeping my finger on the pulse of that one. So, all right, we'll catch up later. We're probably just going to keep watching some TV today, and I think Jamie's making us some apple crisp, which I'm very excited about. Okay, so for dinner we are going to have, and it's kind of an early dinner. It's going to be around 3ish. Yeah, it's like 2:45 now, so a little after 3. But we are going to have some Light Life burgers and a big Caesar salad. So I'll kind of show you here what we got going on. So Jamie's already cut up all of the romaine. We had just a big pack of romaine. You're probably going to hear some noise. I got a neighbor upstairs who vacuums furiously every Saturday for some stupid reason. Like, furiously, though. You have no idea. Anyway. So yeah, we get the Light Life ground. We were able to get a really good deal on this. It was buy one, get 2 free. So couldn't pass that up. So we're actually just going to press our own burgers out of that. I'm going to press 4 burgers, hopefully. out of this. So they're not going to be huge by any means. And then we get a little bit of the Daya cheddar, like farmhouse block or whatever. Got some caramelized onions, like fried onions in there. I'm gonna have barbecue sauce and mustard on mine. Jamie's not actually gonna have a bun, but we have some homemade Caesar dressing as well, out of vegan mayo and such, some capers and whatnot. So I'm just gonna get to it and get these burgers on the stove. There we go. So the just pressed patties held up pretty well. Those onions look and smell delicious. And now just about to mix up the salad. I've got my bun in the toaster oven there. That's just about done. All right, so there we go. There is the burger with some nice caramelized onion on there. Daya cheese. Very simple. Could have probably added some, I don't know if we have any pickles. I don't think we do. Anyway, that's fine like that. The salad is pretty basic, but got some cashew parm on there, some nutritional yeast, and a few hemp hearts, and I'll throw some pepper on there as well.
My mom sacrificed herself so that her child could live.
You sent off those bombs, didn't you?
This looks so delicious. Speaking of, Marley is helping me work. I've just been looking through some information. Got some emails from the folks that I'll be caring for their entire farm setup while they're away here, starting very soon. And Marley just likes to be involved. Yeah, so unless you are completely new here, you probably already know that I'm going to be staying on a farm in, actually starting next Tuesday evening. Well, which will be the next Tuesday evening, probably when you're seeing this. This will probably come out Monday, so meaning tomorrow. I'll be staying at a farm for 17 nights, taking care of 20-some animals. And while some folks go to the UK for a vacation, see their daughter. And, I know it's going to be quite a bit of work, but they were kind enough to send me a very detailed document with pictures of the various animals and their names and stuff, and just, so I can get a little bit more in tune with each one and any personality traits and quirks and things like that. So it's super helpful, obviously, instead of having to figure this stuff out on my own as I go. It's always nice to have some insight. And, know what the parrot likes, know which of the two turkeys acts crazy, and, things like that, right? So, yeah, just been looking through that. Pretty interesting. It's amazing how much, they have detailed that all of the animals have just such unique personalities. And I know I've talked about this before. These folks aren't vegan, but they're not, raising these animals for food. This is kind of like a hobby thing. They're a retired couple. And, not to say that having a farm and all that stuff is great. I'm not obviously going there, but this is a situation where I get to be around other animals that I don't typically get to spend time with. Dylan, stop it. Every time I film a video. Hey! This is her personality, center of attention. But no, this gives me an opportunity to be around animals I don't typically get to spend time with. I get to hang out with some goats and ducks and sheep and geese and turkeys. There's some chickens as well. 8 cats, a couple of dogs. A ram that you cannot turn your back on. She was very clear about that. Leonard is a rascal, but anyway, just kind of reading up on that, getting a little bit of a sense of what all the animals' needs are. So I'm going up there the night before they leave. We'll do like a rundown of where everything is, and excuse me, where any of the like equipment is and stuff like that I might need, because it is winter time, so I might need to, plow the driveway, things like that. But yeah, and then in the morning we'll run through the feeding routine together before they head off on their trip. So, okay, well, now that I'm filming, these cats are going psycho, so I'm gonna have to stop and break up whatever they're about to start doing. I'm probably gonna call it for the night because it's already a little after 6. Jamie's just taking a bath, and then we're probably gonna finish up watching this show. We've been watching Under the Dome, so I don't know if you guys watched that at all. We started watching this years ago when it was still on TV, and I think it got canceled after 3 seasons. So we're on the final 3 episodes now. We had only ever watched the first 2 seasons, and so we're like, well, it's not our favorite show or anything, but we should at least wrap it up. So I'm glad we did, because it's definitely interesting. It took a turn. Not the best acting ever, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go wrap it up for tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. I'm hoping to get out early for a nice long run. There's gonna be some snow and stuff, but shouldn't be a problem to get up early because I'm already, yawning and half asleep. See you in the morning. All right, folks, so I just thought I'd share a little something here with you. It's the next morning. I actually slept in super, super late, but it's because I was interrupted a bunch this morning because these cats are complete bastards. And if anybody knows the, probably late 90s Prozac song called Sucks to Be You, where it starts off, I'm a bastard and it's true. We've been singing that to Dylan this morning because, yeah, she's still at it. Anyway, not why I'm filming. Just wanted to touch base on the going to the farm thing here in a couple of days. So it's always interesting when you're, speaking with non-vegans. You never really know how everybody's going to take things when they know that you're vegan. So I've been, doing some last-minute correspondence back and forth just through text with these people, and so the woman texted me last night and said, hey, just here some other final thoughts, and by the way, if you arrive at this time on Tuesday, just keep in mind that we're going to have vegan chili, and then the pantry's yours afterwards. So they're taking the time to make up a pot of vegan chili for me and stuff, and obviously we'll sit down and eat a bowl that evening, and I just think that's really, really cool. Now, there's always that part of me that questions, does somebody know exactly what vegan means? Like, she did mention that her daughter had been eating vegan for a while, but also ate some eggs and stuff, some backyard eggs from her own chickens. So obviously that's not really vegan, but she does kind of have a sense of what that means. But I was sitting here for a couple minutes thinking wow, how do I navigate this? Because, obviously I want to make sure they don't make something that has animal ingredients in it, and then I can't, I'm not going to eat it, and I'm going to be in an awkward situation sitting there right before they leave and go on their trip, and just, yeah. So anyway, I responded with, I just wanted to kind of keep it humorous. So kind of a good tip here, if anything, I guess, if there's a point to me sharing this, I guess a tip I would have is, in a situation like this, just responding in kind of a humorous way. And so it also puts out the relevant information and fishes for details, but doesn't come across as oh, well, make sure there's not this or this in there, right? So what I did is I was like, hey, really appreciate that. The vegan chili, most times when I tell people that I'm vegan, they look at me as if I have, these are my exact words, they look at me as if I have 12 heads and an underbite. And I just wanted to keep things funny. Or actually, I worded it so that I made sure that it was like, most times when I tell people that I don't eat meat, eggs, cheese, or any other animal ingredients, they look at me as if I have 12 heads. So I'm still putting out those clearly defined parameters of what veganism is. But she's eating the dry food finally. Finally, after hours of just whining through the apartment. She stopped, yeah. What a princess. Anyway, yeah, so just that would be kind of a tip or trick for me. If you're having communication with people, like whether it's through text, email, even vocally, verbally, you can just kind of say like, hey, yeah, most of the times when I tell people I don't eat this, or this, so you can still be very clear, keep it funny, and it's a good way to gauge whether or not they know what vegan really means. At least from a dietary standpoint. And I know veganism isn't a diet, but if these people are going to be making me a pot of chili, I want to make sure, obviously, that it is in fact completely plant-based. So, yeah, anyway, just thought I'd share that. Sitting here with Marley. She was a little bit bad this morning as well, wasn't she? Yeah. So these girls cry incessantly from, the early hours until they get, oh my gosh, she's over licking the empty bowl. Like, unreal. They're getting a little bit older. I think the age is starting to kick in mentally a little bit for them as well, so it's rough. Sometimes we don't get the sleep we want, but it is what it is. I still love them even if they're complete bastards. So this is how Marley joins me on the couch, propped up. How you doing, baby? She hasn't left my side all day. To be fair, I haven't left the couch much today, but I've just been kind of getting caught up on watching some other YouTubers that I watch, and getting some downloads done. And I don't know, I kind of feel like I do need to get outside though for some fresh air. It's fairly warm out, so I might actually just go for a little walk or something. But yeah, just one of those Sundays, just chilling, slept in, just recovering very hard. But I don't mind. All right, I didn't realize it was quite so slushy and gross out, and it's like kind of sprinkling a little bit, so I'm gonna drive down instead of walking. Yeah, at least I got outside. Had to clear off the car a little bit. Got to pick up a couple items at the grocery store, and then, I don't know, I might actually swing by, see if my buddy Fred's working down at the pawn shop, just say hi for a couple minutes. Just to get off the couch, but anyway, let's see what happens. Okay. Well, nothing of interest in there. Wasn't intending on buying anything today anyway, but just wanted to browse. Considering getting a Nintendo 64 at some point. There is a store that has like all of the loose components and stuff minus a power cord that I could get it all for pretty cheap, but I don't know if any of it really works. It's just a pain in the ass. So, I don't know. Maybe after I'm done with the farm, I might use some of that money to pick up an N64, but there's really only a few games that I really like for it. I do have an emulator for it. Most of the games work that I enjoy, so it's probably good enough, but it's just one of those things, for nostalgia's sake. But anyway, so enough there. I didn't film anything because it was a quick browse, and it was like, there's a lot of people in there and kids running around being idiots. So, okay, I'm gonna head off to the grocery store. Okay, back again. I'll just show you real quick what we got. So, what I got is very small. Got some bananas because Jamie is gonna make some banana bread for when I go to the farm. That's gonna be amazing. Had to pick up a little container of oil. We don't use a lot, but obviously you need a little bit for your banana bread. Actually, I'm not gonna pull everything out of the bag. It's only a couple items. Got some nice like caramelized onion and balsamic vinegar, potato chips, kettle cooked chips, just as a little snack. Again, don't eat a lot of chips and stuff, but weekends I tend to not really care too much. Pretty thorough through the week, but whatever. And then also just had to pick up some Rolaids in the event of heartburn. Sometimes as a result of oil, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, that's it. So kind of not much of an outing today, really. It's kind of drizzly and crappy, but at least I got outside. Did something other than just couching it all day on the couch. And all right, gonna head home. I'll probably wrap things up. My foot feels good, but that calf still bothers me. So I'm probably gonna wrap things up for the day. You know what? There's really not much else going on. We'll just have another burger later, like we had yesterday. Eat some fries, probably. Snack out this evening, and I'm just downloading a bunch of stuff. I might try to, now that I got the new laptop, I might see if the emulator runs the N64 stuff a little smoother, a little bit better. It probably will, but that was one of my only little hiccups with the N64 stuff previously, is it just didn't run very smoothly. And there's one game, that I actually really cared about for N64, other than a couple of the obvious ones, like GoldenEye was awesome, 1080 snowboarding was sweet. But being a baseball fan, I always loved the Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. And that one for N64 was just so well done. I loved the fact that you kind of had to like aim where you swing, and like it was just so much good dynamic control of the pitching and the fielding and everything. I just really liked that game. And it just won't run smoothly on the emulator, or at least didn't on my old laptop. So I guess we'll find out today whether it will or not. It might have been a graphics issue as well, because the game would load up, but then a lot of like the stats and stuff, because it would also track all of your stats, like your batting average, home runs, all that stuff over the course of a season. But all that writing, that interface, those graphics were all like squiggly and crap-like when I would try to run it before. So it's like, it's not a big deal, but also the commands so that you know what pitch you're throwing wouldn't be clear. So you'd have to kind of trial and error it in the first inning and then try to remember it for the whole game. So that kind of sucked. But okay, enough of a rant about that. I'm going to head home. I'm going to call it a day there. Not a super exciting weekend, but just a kind of a chill Canadian winter weekend. Dig it out for a nice little playful hike yesterday with Archie along the trail. So that was cool. And catch up next time, guys. Peace.